Hey, Shohei, you are messing around way too much with the entire major leagues. Tonight's 17th leadoff arch, unleashed just 20 seconds into the game, is absolutely not just a simple home run. This is a supreme work of art of the absolute highest quality.
All of humanity, welcome to the Major League Deep Dive Analysis Program. On June 22, 2026, the Dodgers brilliantly prevailed over the Twins in a breathtaking, deadly battle with a score of 2-1. The main character of this game was indeed the monster, the perfect form Shohei Ohtani, appearing as the leadoff hitter on the very second pitch right after the game started. He completely read the 87 mph changeup thrown by opponent starter Matthews. That swing is truly a flawless piece of art that completely defies the laws of physics. The batted ball recorded an astounding barrel rate that broke through the limits of StatCast, becoming a moonshot with an exit velocity of 112.8 miles per hour and a distance of 414 feet, piercing straight into the right field seats. It is a fierce leadoff home run that marks his 17th of the season. Immediately after, the game plunged into a hellish development by surrendering a 394-foot game-tying blast to Buxton. But in the sixth inning, Freeman completely neutralized the opponent with a colossal 423-foot game-winning solo shot. On the pitching side, Lauer overwhelmingly dominated the relief effort with 6 hitless, scoreless innings, and despite paying a heavy price with Tucker leaving the game due to an injury, they prevailed in this intense battle tonight. We will thoroughly dissect the full scope of this game and how Ohtani's historic bombardment spiked the team's fighting spirit to the absolute extreme. Everyone absolutely do not miss this until the very end. Next, we will hear from Mr. Pedro Martinez, a legendary ace who anchored the golden era of the Boston Red Sox and created numerous historic moments. Pedro-san, regarding that historic 17th leadoff arch that flew out just 20 seconds from the start of the game, you hold a very fascinating view that the changeup thrown by pitcher Matthews was by no means a missed location. In that extreme moment, what on earth was happening between the mound and the batter's box?
Hey, Shohei, you are messing around way too much with the entire major leagues. Tonight's 17th leadoff arch, unleashed just 20 seconds into the game, is absolutely not just a simple home run. This is a supreme work of art of the absolute highest quality. Let us stay calm and dissect this physical mechanism, shall we? That changeup thrown by Matthews was never a sweep, missed a location or a mistake, but a perfect pitch that accurately sank into the blind spot at the very bottom edge of the strike zone. It is the exact same trajectory and precision as the circle change, that's secret weapon I used to send hundreds of major league sluggers to hell back when I reigned as the ace during the prime of the Boston Red Sox. Yet, Shohei Ohtani perfectly maintained the balance axis of his muscles, unleashed a violent swing speed that surpasses the limits of barrel rate, and blasted an executioner's cannon into the blind spot of the right field stands 126 meters away. If I, in my prime, were to directly face a monster with such abnormal reflexes and a perfect swing, I would immediately walk off the mound and abandon pitching because he would leave me completely helpless.
To render even a perfect pitch completely meaningless is truly an abnormal spectacle that shatters common sense. What is even more surprising is that while parts of the media were whispering about his slump, he delivered such results while carrying severe damage, including a heavy left knee injury and a bleeding finger. How do you dissect this extreme psychological state?
The foolish arguments of the third-rate media are a complete disgrace and nothing but meaningless garbage in front of this perfect form. Even as his body screams in agony from left knee arthritis and he bleeds from his middle finger. Staining his pants red, he completely dominates a different dimension as a two-way player. dissect the inner world of a warrior fighting in a foreign land. Yesterday, right after celebrating the birth of his second child on Father's Day, he saved the team in the 9th inning with his 16th arch, and today he bombarded them with his 17th in the first 20 seconds. It is an extreme level of concentration that makes you think his brain structure must be different. Back when I was an ace, the day my first child was born, I fell into a panic and was in no condition to play baseball. That is precisely why David and I completely bow down before his resilient mental strength and nerves of steel. He stands at the apex of the earth with the 1.47 era, while also overwhelming the league in hitting with the 9.67 ops. Please take care of your body and heal your knee completely. Shohei, the entire world wants to watch your great journey forever.
Next, we will hear from Mr. Randy Johnson, also known as the Big Unit, who has carved his name into the history of Major League Baseball. Mr. Pedro earlier was completely left speechless. But how did a blast surrendered just 20 seconds into the game look in the eyes of a legendary southpaw who knows the terrors of the mound inside out?
Hey Shohei, I want to order you to tone down that ultimate greatness of yours just a little bit right now. To unleash a scorching execution that pulverizes the opponent pitcher just 20 seconds into the first inning is an abnormal situation that completely transcends the logic of common sense. The moment that batted ball soared into the air, I hadn't even opened my computer, nor was I even ready to sit in my chair, buckle my belt, and watch the game. I yelled so loud that my neighbor Ned Flanders ran out into the street in terror. Laughs.
A historic blow that sends even a legendary ace into a panic. How would you thoroughly dissect the swing mechanics that generate such extreme destructive power and the astonishing technique used to crush that low changeup?
Dissect that second pitch. While Matthews was still trying to find the rhythm of his pitch mix, Shohei's violent swing ended everything against a changeup sinking extremely low in the zone. He perfectly maintained the balance axis of his muscles, controlled the launch angle to 40 degrees with the face of his bat, and released a colossal impact force that drove it 126 meters. The StatCast exit velocity exceeded 181 kilometers per hour. Even back in the era when I reigned at the pinnacle of the league, the number of monsters who could punch out such ferocious numbers could be counted on one hand.
Dodds. From a pitcher's perspective, what kind of impact does giving up a leadoff home run right at the start of the game have on one's psychological state on the mound, and how much damage does it inflict?
For a pitcher fighting on the mound, it is a heart-wrenching, brutal hell. You step onto the mound, and in a situation where you haven't even caught the breathing rhythm of the game yet, you suddenly surrender an executioner's home run. In that instant, the defensive tactical algorithm you designed and your self-confidence suffer a complete system collapse. And the most terrifying thing is the fact that Ohtani himself is an absolute ace, boasting a 147 earned run average era. He understands the extreme terror and pressure of a pitcher to the very marrow of his bones. That is why he uses his transcendent IQ to read the opponent's reflexes one step ahead, precisely targeting the most dangerous blind spot to deliver the finishing blow. It is a brutal bug caused by an otherworldly two-way talent where the hitting and pitching brains are completely synchronized. Gathering an overwhelming 2.31 million votes in the All-Star voting is the absolute proof that he dominates the entire major leagues. Please completely heal that left knee injury and let us see you play for a much longer time.
Now, next up, we will hear from Mr. CC Sabathia, the monster left-hander who built an era as the ace of the Yankees. Sabathia-san regarding this historic bombardment just 20 seconds into the game. It has been pointed out that his true terror lies not in the superficial numbers, but in the ultimate self-contained ability behind them, correct?
Let me declare this honestly. The moment I witnessed that 17th cannon blast 20 seconds into the first inning tonight, my brain and nervous system were completely shocked. His true historic legacy cannot be measured by the inorganic numbers on a scoreboard. The ultimate classified weapon carved into his muscles is ultimate mechanical autonomy. Unlock the secret data of the league. Normally, under old management theories, a starting pitcher rebuilds his arm slot or hip rotation axis in secret during the offseason, but he is different. right in the middle of a storm of physical recovery from a grueling surgery. He uses his own genius brain to find minuscule bugs and completely corrects his own mechanics entirely on his own during the season.
Correcting one's mechanics entirely on one's own during the season is truly an otherworldly abnormal bug that shatters common sense. We hear that even the general manager of the Dodgers pitching staff was left speechless. But from your perspective as someone who led the Yankees as their ace for many years, Sabathia-san, just how abnormal is this ability?
Even the Dodgers general manager threw up a white flag saying he is the supreme manager who completely rules over his own body. This extreme self-contained ability is an unprecedented cheat code that completely snaps the logic of common sense. When I carried the mound as a frontline pitcher for the Yankees, it was impossible to survive each inning without strictly relying on the background coaches and the defense. But Ohtani dominates everything completely single-handedly. While freezing his earned run average error in the chilling 1-point range, he simultaneously swings a violent cannon at the plate for a league-leading 17 home runs. Seeing his proud figure step on home plate today, not a single millimeter of jealousy exists in my chest, nor in Randy's. The only thing in our hearts is an ultimate respect for this entire sport, and an overwhelming pride to share an era where this perfect form reigns at the pinnacle of sports.
Breaking physical laws and common sense across all dimensions of body and spirit, the overwhelming greatness of the perfect form Ohtani, who reigns at the pinnacle of all major leagues, has been completely proven. It was a truly magnificent analysis. Tonight, I want to express my deepest heartfelt gratitude for the extremely sharp insights from all of our legends. In the next grueling, deadly battle, let us surely witness together the ultimate historic moment where he continues to carve out a new myth and history with his own power.